big. Never catch another case, I know it's true to be missed, so I'ma keep it cool.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 and second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. This unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, and they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll set up a throw. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as he tackles made at the Bucs 26. A nice throw there by the young rookie from Penn State, and it's a first down. They run here with Dowdle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 11. Flush to his right. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Steelers nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Steelers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
33-yard line.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Now look at this defense. This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I remember years ago spending time with a top defensive coordinator, and he said the #1 thing you have to do is hang your hat on something. Create your identity. This unit, they hang their hat on being stingy against the run.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the time. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
2nd and 15. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Bucky Irving for the first time. And he maneuvers his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Mayfield to throw it. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mayfield. This is caught by McMillan. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down. Now Mayfield. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 21.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Quick throw caught by Godwin. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Buccaneers in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
He'll try again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Irving. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
McLaughlin for the Buccaneers field goal.
And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me at a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Warren. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A short one there to Fryermuth. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Bernard. He's got room to roam. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll go with the keeper. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Rico Dowdle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. Mayfield now. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. To throw, Mayfield. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Otten brings it in over the middle. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll find McMillan here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop the throw. He's got Otten. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly.
Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken it around the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Complete to number 7, Bucky Irving.
Handoff running left, Irving. And he stopped immediately there. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
No gain on the play.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jalen McMillan, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Jacob Parrish. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
Maybe one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now Mayfield. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Second and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Mayfield. That's caught. Emeka Buka. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd down and goal. Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering.
Baker Mayfield, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. McLaughlin now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Second and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Now he's free at the 35. He may go, and he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 4-yard line.
Gainwell going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Irving. But he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Here's 3rd and 3.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Steelers' 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the Steeler 1st down.
Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Aller's pass intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a give, Irving running right. 20, 5, and he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly